Coach, obviously a bit of a disappointing weekend in Winnipeg. What's the mood been like around the room since getting home?
Yeah, it's been very positive. I mean, whether you win or lose, you've got to turn the page and move on. I thought yesterday's practice, which was about 35 minutes, was pretty upbeat and worked on a couple things. Didn't push the guys too much. Was worried more about pace and getting the legs back. Obviously, Monday was a travel day and a so-called off day. But anytime you travel, as you know, it's not a true off day. But disappointing for sure. You know, you go into Winnipeg always hoping for a split, and I thought Sunday's game was right there for us. And unfortunately, they got the break in overtime, and you leave there with one instead of two.
And I guess looking back on the weekend, you did talk about some positives throughout the course of those couple games. What were some of those areas that you felt your team did fairly well despite the results?
Well, Sunday certainly liked the start, and that was something we really harped on post-game Saturday and also prior to the game on Sunday. The starts have been certainly something that we've struggled with at times, and I thought that we came ready to play and did a lot of good things on the forecheck on Sunday and played more to our team identity and what we needed to do the day before. And Saturday, as we said post game, was one of those games where the second period was excellent and parts of the third, but you're not probably getting a true value of the game based on them being up 3-0 and then 5-0. So for us, I think Sunday was a good response game and certainly would have felt better to get a win.
You're going to get Jake Lucchini back for this evening's game from Ottawa. Obviously, nice to have one of your leading scorers back in the mix.
Yeah, hopefully after getting off that charter at 2:15 this morning, he got some sleep and is ready to go. Now, charter's obviously a little bit different than the commercial travel that we went through last weekend, but Luch is a good pro, and it was great to see him get a call up and get a game, and he'll be ready to go tonight, and we anticipate him obviously helping our offensive game and certainly the power play. And the power play struggled recently. We're still in the top 10 in the league, but 2 for 27 here, and most power plays go through some ups and downs, and we're just in a little bit of a funk right now. So I think getting Luch back, who's turned into a pretty good power play guy for us, should hopefully help that area tonight.
You mentioned Luch. Wilkes-Barre doesn't give up much. I think they've allowed the least amount of goals in the Eastern Conference. How do you go about kind of attacking them and maintaining that offensive pressure?
Well, I think for us, it's one of those situations where we obviously got to play within our identity. I think that our forecheck will certainly be a key, as it is most nights when we're on. And, our start again tonight, they played last night in Toronto, lost 5-2 to a pretty good Marlies team. And from our perspective, you would hope that we'd be able to get the jump on them early. But, they do a nice job defensively and don't give up much. So for us, it'll just have to be some attention to detail as well without the puck. And I liked what we did Sunday in Manitoba. We only gave up 13 chances, which is real good at this level. Anytime you can keep things under 15 within the high danger area at the AHL level is a good night defensively. And, Sogard was there to make some key saves as well.
Speaking about Sogard, is that who you're going to go with tonight?
Yeah, Sogi's going to start tonight, and we look to get him in some rhythm here going into the Christmas break, and one of the reasons we got him out of the net at 4-0 on Saturday was to get him right back in there Sunday, and I thought he did a nice job. He made a couple saves in the second and 1 or 2 real key saves in the third to keep it 2-1 and 2-2. So we'll look for him to finish this Christmas break area on a positive note.
On the other side, goaltending-wise, a couple pretty good netminders for Wilkes-Barre. And some goalies have given you guys some fits throughout the course of the season so far. How do you try to generate some offense against a couple guys that have pretty good goals against average?
Yeah, well, I think that any coach would tell you that, getting net presence and making the goalies work by whether it's changing sides. Anytime you fire any type of red shots, what we like to call it, which is perimeter shots, you're just really giving fuel to the goaltender in terms of getting into the game. So a couple real good goalies next door here that have gotten off to fabulous starts, and we'll need to find a way to keep them busy, hopefully, but also try to play within our offensive structure that we talk about all the time. And if the guys are, if we are sharp tonight, I think how we preach offense hopefully would go a long way into getting a couple goals tonight.
Given that this is the last game before the holiday break, how important is it to not only put up a good performance, but to pick up a couple of points as you get set for a busy post-Christmas stretch as well?
Well, I think footy, we've talked about the goal was to try and get to 500 by the time tonight ended, and that's obviously not possible. But you look at the standings, and it's probably a little bit early to be looking at it from a player's perspective. But as coaches, you always tend to look at it, and it's very, very tight. From really second to seventh. So 2 points, and seeing Cleveland lose again last night. Just anytime you're seeing division rivals play or anybody within the division, you want to see. You don't want to see a shootout or overtime. So that happened last night, and for us, it's just a good 60-minute effort, and hopefully we get the 2 points so we don't have a grumpy coach over the break.
And lastly, the team's wearing the holiday ugly Christmas sweater jerseys, and they've been a hit. It seems like so far in the room. What do you think of them?
Yeah, I think they really look good. I mean, I don't know how much they can consider them an ugly sweater. I've seen them online, and I think they look pretty good. So hopefully we have a nice, energetic crowd tonight to finish off our schedule prior to Christmas, and send the fans and the coaching staff, specifically the head coach, home happy tonight.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Thanks, Troy.
Okay, Merry Christmas, guys.